Another case solved. All right, what's going on next? Oh. What's up, Legacy Kids? It's Pastor DJ, and right now the commissioner has me on a top secret mission. You know, being a secret agent is pretty cool, or even being a spy, using secret codes, invisible ink, not to mention these super cool gadgets. Spies serving their country by sniffing out secret information is nothing new. As long as people have been in conflict with one another, they've been spying on one another. Even in the Bible, a book filled with every kind of story you can imagine has spy stories in it. Our story today takes place in the fourth book of the Bible, Numbers. God had led his chosen people to a land that he had promised them to give them as their own. But the land he had promised them was already filled with other people. Moses, God's appointed leader of Israel, chose 12 men to go and spy on the land. His hope is that they would find out what was going on and come back to report to him. And God's land, they said it was going to be flowing with milk and honey. Sounds sticky, right? It was a land that they could settle and raise their families and prosper. When the spies returned, they reported that yes, this land was just as the Lord promised that it would be. But 10 of the spies were concerned about what they saw in the land. 10 of the spies could talk about nothing but the people who stood between them and God's promise. They saw mighty armies and soldiers so tall and strong, they almost looked like giants. That scared them so much they didn't want to go in. We look like grasshoppers compared to them, they said. They were so afraid and even suggested to choose a new leader and return to Egypt where they were once slaves. Only 2 of the spies, Caleb and Joshua, kept their eyes on God's promise. They didn't worry about the giants because God was on their side. They had already witnessed God's power saving them from slavery and helping them through many hardships. They believed that with all their hearts, God would give them the victory. In the end, the Israelites did take the promised land. But because of their fear and the 10 spies that turned against Moses didn't really live to see that day. Only Joshua and Caleb saw the day when Israel ruled the promised land. They kept their eyes on the prize. They trusted God that was in control, and God blessed them by allowing them to see his promise fulfilled. You know, many people start out in life with big dreams. They want to be a football player. They want to be an actor. They want to be a children's pastor. They want to do something great. It's impossible to say how many of those dreams never come true because dreams get distracted. They have high and lofty goals. They want to reach for the stars, but the directions in life, their fear of failure or fear of the unknown causes them to give up on their dreams. Legacy Kids, I want you to remember this one thing. I want everybody in here to know that God has a dream for your life. Just as he had a dream to give the Israelites the country called the Promised Land, he has a plan to help you do amazing things that will bring glory to his name. God is in control, as we see over and over again in the Bible. And the only thing that can derail God's plans is us. Peer pressure can distract us and turn us away from what God wants and having a godly life and making wise choices. Fear of rejection by our friends can cause us to choose blending in with everybody else instead of being a witness for Jesus. Fear of failure can convince us to give up on a dream God has given us. Maybe it's to do something big for his name. But if we focus on our fears, we may fall short like those 10 spies that could only see the giants. But if we focus on God like Caleb and Joshua did, we can see that God gives us the victory. You know, there's a reason only 2 names of those spies are known by name. Only 2 of them focused on God and the 2 that reached the promised land. God is in control, and when we keep our eyes on God, there's no limit to what we can achieve for him. Legacy Kids, thank you very much for hanging out with us today. Don't forget, next Sunday, we're back in Faith Case. Hope to see you guys next time. See you later.